we are getting ready for episode 2. We're making a habit out of this whole
we can do that.
making a habit out of this whole waiting for Amazon thing. Anyhow, more to come on the road. Ciao. Yeah, on the road again. Gonna go do some squatching and enjoy the weekend, making more memories. See you up there. Everything's going really well so far, except for we got about a really bad place where there's nowhere to turn around for 20 miles, like after about 5 minutes of driving, and realized the dinner that I had bought and the breakfast that I had bought for this trip, we left it in the refrigerator. So there's probably going to be more to come on this, but I'm blaming Carrie. So that's what I'm going to go with. Grandkids, you can give her a break if you want to, but I'm not. More to come on that. I'm pretty sure we're going to hear about this one. All right, we made it to camp. Here we are, ready to go. Now, more work for me.
Put his foot down and he's gonna be quiet now.
It barely lives.
Look, he's just looking straight at her. Like,
What do you want, pretty boy?
Trooper wants Grammy to go to bed already.
I don't want to go.
So after last episode involving Trooper, I decided that I'm bringing a shovel this time.
You're horrible.
And if he pulls what he did last week off, we will be using this shovel.
Yeah, for you.
So I want Trooper to see this. Bring him over here, Grammy. Hold him up so he can see this shovel and he can understand who the alpha in this camp really is. You see this? You see this? Look at the fear in his eyes.
I don't see fear.
Look at him. He's like looking at me like, please don't bury me. Please don't bury me.
no, he's looking at you like, give me a treat.
There's your shovel. That's going to be the last thing you see if you shit on my stuff and piss on my boots. Right now, I don't want to carry.
I'm married again.
I don't want to carry more batteries. Yes, we're going to need those. And don't forget the damn keys.
Yeah, we're not going to forget the keys. And we have flags, so we can't use our equipment.
Okay.
There's that. Because,
It was your fault
No, wait,
last time.
no,
It wasn't
no,
mine.
no.
I did
no.
everything else.
Angelo, you know, he's the king of losing. Oh,
Did you hear that? We're going to go down here and set up the bait. This time I brought Jack Links because Bigfoot likes Jack Links. We've seen the commercials. I always knock these off. Okay, I'm gonna put a couple low and one high, you know. Jack Links. Get that in the bark there. Make them earn it. Oh, that's a good piece. Hell, I'd eat that. Okay. Got Jack Links here. Jack Links here.
Oh, that one's a cool spot.
Yep. I am an expert woodsman, so I know where to put bait. I'm going to put another little piece right in here. Well, I have keys. Yes. Watch this maneuver. Keys, pocket.
What if Bigfoot is a vegetarian?
That's why we have apples.
So I hear stuff, I hear branches breaking, and it's still daytime, so we're following this trail, little game trail up.
He did. That's close. Was it up there? Yep. I told you this is where they should be.
Gobble, gobble.
So Grammy and Carrie started screaming, and we had a gobbler up here. Don't know if you can hear him. This is so funny. We're using our voices, and this turkey is getting way closer. Go there. Remember, you're going to want to point wherever you hear sound. We're going to try a wood knock. listening. So I had to talk about last night's excursion, and I don't want them to feel bad, but boy, they move a lot. We caught almost nothing on the audio other than my members and our tracking canine rustling about. They couldn't sit still for 3 minutes. So we're going to work on that. And I think today a lot of people pulled in down below to ride their motorbikes. And yeah, a lot of people. So we're going to have to drive a little further today to try to get a little more remote. And I'm hoping that the DVR team will be able to sit a little quieter today so we can try to capture some sounds. We'll see how that goes. They were troopers for heading out there, but now we need to work on our skill. And I just didn't want to say that in front of them. Grammy pretty much rustled around like a 2-year-old kid all day. Trooper was pretty much telling her where to go and what to do. And as old as he is, I'm surprised he was moving around that much. And at one point, Carrie just gave up. So it's a shot, try to figure out how to get morale up and try to get the Sasquatch going. I will see you back after Grandpa finishes his business. Yeah, check it out. Our fierce tracking dog. She's been gone for 30 seconds. You can talk now.
Good morning.
Grammy likes to talk before the camera comes on. It's funny. So, since Carrie forgot Trooper's water and something to put his water in, we have to run into town real quick. So that old little bones and skeleton of a dog can have some more water while we're on our trip. But we love her. Carrie's forgetful about a lot of things, but she's part of the team. You'll find in life when you're working in teams that you are only as good as your weakest link. And after last night, we found out who that was for us. She kind of gave up and just went and sat. We also found out that Grammy has a ton of energy, a ton. Woo! She could not sit still.
What'd you say? I couldn't hear you.
Never mind. I forgot we could record.
What did she say?
Grammy said if she wasn't in uniform, she'd be in a bikini right now.
Oh, God.
I forgot we were recording.
All right, so we're working on not saying the word so.
So, is that something Bigfoot
And
built?
we've been saying it a lot. So, that being said, we were heading to our day spot when Carrie noticed a possible tree structure. We'll show you what we're looking at, but she saw it from a distance and we thought we would check it out. So we're going to head over and walk down to the tree structure and show you what we saw. But it turns out it wasn't quite what we expected. We're bringing Trooper to see if he picks up Bigfoot scent anywhere. As you can see, he is
Right on it.
right on it as usual. We're glad he's with us. Anyhow, here's our tree structure. So we figured out it was not made by Bigfoot. Obviously man-made, but these are the kinds of things that we're trying to eyeball.
What is that over there? Oh, somebody must have been living here or something.
Evidence if there's a Bigfoot in the area.
What is that?
As the crow flies.
Looks like an old
Pail or something.
barrel.
Yeah.
So this
Something
was probably a tree stand for a human at some point. But could it have been used by a Bigfoot at some point? after man made it, we don't know.
Climb up there and put an apple up there.
But Trooper is hot on the scent. And with that, we'll head to our spot and we'll leave you.
And pull the sucker out of our way. Look at that beast do that. Bigfoot can't stop us. There it goes. That's one big tree.
Like that. Thomas was going over getting close.
We're going anyway.
Let's see if there's any hairs.
So, check it out, see if there's any evidence.
I mean, what would do that to a tree out in the middle of nowhere?
Not seeing any hair.
I don't know. With that tree in the middle of the road and this, we may be getting close
Yeah,
to
I don't.
Sure feels like we're getting close to Bigfoot.
I mean, you know how they.
What we're looking at is how this tree right here, you can see that if I show you, there's no stump in the area, but yet it's laying down here intertwined with this.
How does that get in there in between?
And I think this one, again, no stump anywhere, was placed probably first up in here somewhere. You got another tree coming along. Now this one up here could be natural. Hard to say, but
This one's not.
this interesting one is really
This doesn't just.
interesting, and how this one is way older. You can tell like it was kind of placed in there along with this one down on the bottom. You can see that. And there's others laying on the ground here that possibly could have been set up and maybe the windfall moved them. But you can see how these trees are kind of placed in a weird way. Hard to explain.
You know how they push over trees like that? See that one over there?
Mm-hmm.
And they'll push it over as a sign of which way you're heading.
And you even have, interesting how this, again, much older, comes up and weaves through here. A little interesting for us that we might be somewhere
even in
close
there,
to where a Bigfoot might have roamed.
that's interweaved in.
Don't need to hear you whining.
Well, there you go. Possible tree structure. Very possible. Give another little outside angle of it. Here's the tree that bent over, pointing in a
shake.
certain direction.
How does that just get laid up
So
perfectly?
We might be onto something here. We'll see.
That looks like it was just pushed over.
Yeah. Well, we'll head back and see what we can find a little further. There's our canine tracking in the area. As you can see, he's really on the scent. He's totally up for this. You can see it in his eyes. Look at that. He's just focused. So focused. Official Bigfoot tracking canine trooper. And there he goes. On the scent. He's hot on the trail. We don't know what he smells because he can't talk to us. All right, more to come. So, there I did it again. This tree structure we just filmed is making me confident that my DVR team is really starting to get locked in. Normally, you know, being the expert woodsman that I am, I feel I have to spot everything by myself. But in this particular case, literally every member of the team here saw that at the same time. Instantly, we were all like, we have to get out and look at that. That doesn't look normal. May not be as definitive as you've seen in other programs, but it clearly has been there a while, and it is odd. We can't explain it. I'm hoping at some point, based on the way our night mission went last night, that I could get little Derek up here to help run the equipment, and maybe him and I and Big Derek can sit out while the fidgety women set up somewhere else so we can actually hear. And we'll be looking in this area that we're at, we think is prime for a Bigfoot family to be. So our goal is to set up a day spot up here at the end of this road, maybe walk in on a trail and find a good spot. We were all thinking that Emma would be the perfect one to bring out here, or even Audrey, to maybe give us some baby Bigfoot calls, like a baby Bigfoot in distress, and we might get a mama or daddy Bigfoot coming out or calling back, letting the baby Bigfoot know where they are. So we're really looking forward to getting those grandbabies, Grammy's grandbabies out here to go ahead and help us call them in. We have another spot that would be really super for Zayden and Riker. They'll be able to really vocalize out at the top of a hill, and possibly call in a daddy looking for his son. Anyhow, just a quick snippet of what we're planning in future episodes. Right now, we're going to go seek out our day spot, and we'll talk at you when we start squatching. So, still moving along the trail. This is the third one that we've seen. So I obviously don't want to film them all, but the possibility of the Bigfoot pushing over a tree in the middle, just like snapping it to where it leans in a direction. This is the third one we've seen right up here. I'm going to have Carrie follow me up so I can't pass this evidence up anymore. This is the third one along this area that we've seen. And there's all kinds of food. As you can see, there's even mushrooms down here. And we know this area has a lot of deer and elk. So we're going to come up and take a shot of this. It's in a nice little draw through here. All these nice green plants. And here's the tree, if you want to get a close-up of that, kind of pointing the same direction as the other ones. You as you can see, broken off in the middle, which makes me think there would be a pretty large animal in here to push that over like that without uprooting it. You would think if Mother Nature were to do this, the entire tree would be uprooted. Now, it could also be like a warning of, hey, don't go past this. As you can see, this is pushed over right along a little game trail here, possibly telling humans and other animals that, hey, don't go any further. You can see the trail going right under it. And no tracks on it, of course. This is probably one of our strongest pieces of evidence right now.
What that is. I don't think I've ever seen it that big. Bigfoot doesn't poop like that, does he?
I don't know. We're going to have to ask
The expert?
the expert.
Do you think if you were lost in the woods and you came across that you'd be able to eat it to survive?
You can eat anything.
Because it's all grass.
Eat the grass or the poop?
The poop.
If you wanted to.
Would you die?
I'd rather eat the grass. Or Jack Leek's jerky. All right, we have our day area set up. We have the parabolic, shotgun mic. This is going to be a big audio type day. I'm going to leave the camera rolling and we'll edit whatever footage is boring. Plan on being out here for a little while. And all you have to say is, it's Carrie's fault. That's all you have to say. And I'll get it. All right. Getting our seats. I'm going to turn the audio equipment on. We'll start recording. Okay. Audio is on. Yes. We got 12 seconds into our audio and Grammy talked already. And there goes the other one. Good. Just waiting for that stand. Yeah. Huh? The one you have in your hand. Did you hear those calls? She's almost a master. I don't want to keep her miserable because I want her to come out more, you know? So I don't mind them being shorter. She said, well, you just got set up. I know, but you know what the odds of finding Bigfoot are? So if we got to make shorter excursions, it's okay. All right, so we finished up our daytime excursion. We're going to go back and shower because we're all sweaty and dirty. And we think we might have had some decent audio. Carrie has better ears than me, and I thought I heard something a little weird, like some knocking of rocks, and or a rock on a tree. It was weird. And then she thought she had heard something too. So before we leave, I'm going to go grab those rocks because I think that worked out really well. Or we'll grab a couple at camp, if you guys remember, that we can carry with us. That so far has been the closest we've gotten to an actual response, even though Grammy let out some really, really great whoops of, like, she really personified a sick and dying Bigfoot. And so we thought maybe one would come to the rescue for it, but we were unsuccessful. And Trooper, as always, was on alert, watching our backs. We appreciate him for that. So we're going to head back, take a shower. Anybody want to say anything? I love you guys. This is a blast. And look for a really neat episode tonight when we come back out.
I'm actually kind of excited because after Angela was hitting those rocks together, and it wasn't right away. It wasn't an echo. I heard some clicks. And then I heard a break of a branch. So that was pretty cool. And then in a slight distance, and if that thing picks up, you know, that far away, but it sounded like an animal, almost like it sounded like a house cat, but I know it wasn't. So anyhow, that's it.
All right. So we'll have some interesting audio to listen to. Stay tuned.
So I have officially found some hunters in the woods, and I just kind of want to ask you a couple questions. What are you guys doing out here?
Well, we're not Bigfoot, but part of Deuce Man's Bigfoot or BIGFAKE Chronicles, we decided that tonight, during the low light evening hours, we would give them something to look at that is more similar to their species. As you can see, we busted out the ghillie suits, Grammy and I did, so we can remove, yeah, like that, right there. They'll think a couple of Bigfoots. We just went out of the video thinking we can still see her. And we could be able to mimic their movements and listen to them at the same time. So we want them to be, there's another Bigfoot.
How are you feeling this evening? I mean, you look pretty good in this outfit. I
feel like this is the night.
I feel like it's the night too.
Fool him, and this is the night.
This is the night.
Let's get you, Bigfoot, if you step back just a little bit, we'll get Grammy in here so we can see her nifty outfit. I mean,
Scared me.
Ooh.
I hear flies or bugs. Ready.
I'm going to try to find a couple of rocks. We were supposed to grab some good ones back at camp, but Carrie forgot them. I'm sweating.
Oh, it's not Bigfoot. Look, it's Grandpa.
It's just me with stickers in my fingers. Ow. Okay, I'm good now.
Baby.
Up the mountain.
Okay.
I'm going to try a little different angle.
Okay.
Yeah, gotta have to.
So, we're having some issues with our equipment. I charged everything for hours today, and my thermal binocular all of a sudden is drained in it for some reason. My cell phone keeps shutting off for some reason. The audio equipment continuously stops recording out of the blue. I've been watching because I thought maybe Carrie was turning it off, but she's been good, not touching it. So
Always blaming me.
I'm not willing to say that it's Bigfoot causing it, but there have been reports of people out in the wild looking for Bigfoot and others that experienced extreme electronic power drain, followed by vocalizations, harassing behavior, those kind of things. I'm not necessarily saying that that's what this is, but it is odd. Poor Grammy having to take care of Trooper. He's really
Other speaker works good.
working her over, and we feel bad for her. So I'm probably gonna wrap this session up here pretty soon. He just won't sit still for her, and she's feeling bad, and I don't want her to feel bad. So a lot of the sound you're gonna hear tonight was definitely Trooper. He was anything but a trooper tonight. But my vote is that he, again, excelled at being most annoying during our expedition. And it's really weird because normally that's Carrie, and it wasn't her this time. Again, 2 weeks in a row. Good job, Carrie. Yeah, old Trooper is feeling the show.
No, I just feel bad that Trooper was being so stressed.
Don't feel bad. It's not your fault. It's his, and he knows it. Look at him. He's pretty proud of himself.
But he just was not acting his normal.
I have a theory behind that. Dogs can sense stuff that we can't, and he did not want to be here, and sometimes pets know more than we do.
Well, if he pulls us again up on the next one, I'll already have the whole duck for him. All right, so this is DBRT AAR after episode 2. We had a pretty good experience again. This is a blast. We're having fun. Probably, we haven't retrieved game cameras yet. We're going to grab those in the morning. We decided to call it an early night tonight because our security and Bigfoot tracking canine went number 1 like easily for most annoying again. We were trying to sit out. We were getting some really interesting noises tonight out in the woods, and he just wouldn't settle down, panting and walking and
I feel
moaning.
like
and
he can sense something.
I think he was sensing death, but you know, that's because he's 984 years old. But we hope you guys enjoy this episode. I would say, you know, Grammy's calling skills are getting
They were so good.
better.
Wow.
We think we might have even gotten a response from one of hers today.
Yeah, they thought somebody was dying.
Yeah, we think Bigfoot thought another Bigfoot was dying out there after she made her vocalization. So the first night was a little bit rough. I think Carrie wasn't really into it, and yeah, the motivation was really down. And then we had a good day today, much more motivation and energy. We did have some issues tonight. Something that to me I found really interesting was the monocular when we went out tonight. When I charged that thing for hours, and even last night after we used it, when I was going over the footage, it was still at 3/4 power. But yet as soon as we started getting those knocks that we thought we heard, all of a sudden there was absolutely zero power in that monocular. So we don't have any footage for that tonight. I think, Carrie,
I had my AI glasses on, and when I first connected them, they had like 75% power, and it wasn't 15 minutes, it went down to 0, and it never does that. 0.
So that was a really interesting night. I had a good time last night, but the girls clearly didn't. They were, let's just say, DBRT was in some rough times last night.
I enjoyed the turkey.
We did have a
part was
gobbler.
cool.
Yeah,
The turkey
he
part was
answering.
cool.
We're hoping we caught some of that on audio. I tried to scramble to get the audio up, but it answered to everything. But what it liked the most was
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
every time she did that, that thing answered.
We didn't need a turkey call.
And it was actually coming in.
Yeah. I mean,
So we did catch a deer on thermal that we'll put out there for you. Carrie is still learning. She saw a field mouse on a tree right in front of us, and instead of getting the thermal out on it so we could show you that footage, she just used her phone and thought it was cool as everything.
I do have video, just not the thermal
Not
video.
thermal. But she did record more last night, but as usual last night when they get distracted, the ladies do, and then I grab the thermal, lock onto an animal right off the bat. Thing was probably there for hours and just, you know.
Could be.
But they've still got to learn the equipment, I think. We had, Carrie had forgotten quite a few things for this trip.
Always Carrie. Always Carrie. Not Angelo. He had nothing to do with it.
I did literally all the work again, more this time, and Grammy just sat there looking beautiful, and then Carrie's over here,
Easy to do.
you know, blaming work and stuff. Oh, and here we are. No breakfast meals, no dinner meals, no CPAP
I
water.
found one up in there.
Yeah, it's from last week. She never took it out. So we're blaming Carrie, but I can't blame the power drain. That is the one thing that is I'm holding up on is the power drain.
Not just the power drain.
And those knocks.
There was knocks, but we heard, and there was no one in sight for miles. And we were hearing some type of mumble jumble. You couldn't hear what they were saying or if it was even human, but it was something. So hopefully we caught that on our...
So we're going to review that audio, and we would urge you to watch the Sierra Sounds. And I've listened to them, but I'm not really sure the vocalization that they heard, so I'll be reviewing that audio. And if it sounds anything like that, we'll get that posted on this episode, along with some other fun moments. But my team, who's part of this research team, has not researched the Sierra Sounds. I mean, come on. So I've got them, they have some homework to do. And
I did run into a local and
we got our first
story, local story here. So I'll be sharing that, or I did share it.
That was in the area. One of his experiences were in this area. We were quite a bit more remote. A lot more remote today than we were. We
even had to move a tree out of the way.
Yeah, you'll see some footage of us with the little beast helping us out. The one time I don't bring my chainsaw.
It always happens that way.
Yeah, but the little beast handled it just fine. Memorial Day weekend is coming up in a few weeks, and we're planning on filming episode 3 up here. We are going to, I believe we should focus on that area that we were at tonight.
There was a lot of activity in that area, and
we were a little nervous about it because we went up there, as you'll see in the footage, and we did a day excursion up there, and it just didn't seem right. So we kind of moved spots a little bit,
and it
more kind of in the canyon and at the end of the canyon, and which I know it doesn't seem that far away, but it kind of meant everything. You know, Idaho is this way or that way, and that little bit of elevation, I think, gave us a good view. And we didn't get the thermals tonight, which was annoying. I mean, as soon as I popped that thing up, I'm like, why are we out of power? But next, Trooper did try to raise his leg on my pants
again
today.
He missed, but he did.
Now they were hanging out. They weren't on you.
Well, you had your stuff hanging out all day yesterday, and he didn't. So there's something that him and I have going on, and he knows it. So next week I'll have a whole dug all ready for him. So if he does this,
we got our new sleep attire, our new sleep gear, thanks to Angelo.
This is our relaxing attire for the DBRT.
If you could tell, it's of course all squatchy.
Yeah, so I had a great time again. I love you guys. I love them. And I'm looking forward to our next one.
And remember, we're doing this for you.
In the forest, dark at night, footprints left in morning light, legends told of ancient might. Bigfoot walks out of sight, whispers float among the trees, shadows move with the breeze, mystery that never leaves, footsteps soft as falling leaves. Bigfoot, where do you roam? In the forest, your secret home. Do you wander all alone, lost but never known? Eyes they peek from behind, every clue we try to find. Elusive creature, wild and kind, always hiding in our mind. Mountains high and rivers flow, through the valleys you will go. Everywhere the stories grow about the one we'll never know. Bigfoot, where do you roam? In the forest, your secret home. Do you wander all alone, lost but never know? In the forest, dark at night, footprints left in morning light. Legends told of ancient might. Bigfoot walks out of sight. Whispers float among the trees, shadows move with the breeze. Mystery that never leaves, footsteps soft as falling leaves. Bigfoot, where do you roam? In the forest, your secret home. Do you wander all alone, lost but never known? Eyes they peek from behind, every clue we try to find. Elusive creature, wild and kind, always hiding in our mind. Mountains high and rivers flow,